Hello everyone, it's Myokujan. Today I'm going to read S4 4091 Cry Baby, Jill Atkins, Part B. Town trying to avoid babies. Didn't manage that though. Never noticed so many before. Dreaded dad coming home. But he got me fainting from shock. When mom, who hadn't said a word to me the rest of the day, told him. He was silent for several minutes, then he hugged me. Poor old Charlie, he says. Why do parents always surprise you like that? Morning, today's the day. Have to make a decision. Never found anything so difficult before in my whole life. After I wrote my diary last night, Dad came up to my room. Said I better come downstairs again so we could talk. Mom was still ranting away. Dad said things like, you were young once, and don't be too harsh on the poor girl. She must be going through it. Just the opposite to before. Mom eventually calmed down. She hugged me too. And we all cried. Never seen Dad cry before. Dad, weird. Then he asked who had done this to me. Wants to beat him up. As if that would help. Refused to say Danny's name. It's not important anymore. Told him I was going to get an abortion. For the best, they both said. Then I went back to bed. Best for who? I kept wondering, not best for the baby. That's growing inside, that's for sure. Poor little thing. Wonder if it's a boy or a girl. What would I call it? Had to stop myself again. What am I thinking of? It doesn't matter what it is, does it? Or does it? Is it right to do away with it as if it's any old bit of rubbish? Later was in with Dr. Owen for hours. Glad Mom and Dad weren't there. And needed to tell doctor about what they had said. Had to be able to think straight. Haven't made a final decision yet. Too many questions unanswered in my head. Don't seem to hate it anymore. Dr. Wen was brilliant. Said she could only give me facts and general advice, but it had to come from me. I'm nearly 9 weeks gone. I can have another week or so. Go back and see her when I'm ready. If I decide to keep the baby, she'll make arrangement for a scan at 12 weeks. Keep the baby, should I? Sunday. Ellie's really giving me a hard time. Can't believe I haven't gone through with it yet. How can she know what's the right thing to do? Don't like her attitude anymore. Thinks she can run my life. My God, I had forgotten the exam. Brain has been on the other things. Results so far. Math, history, French all bad. Teachers were mad. I couldn't give true reason. How will I add this to Mom and Dad's worries? More of the same. Highest mark was English literature. I'll tell Mom and Dad tomorrow. But baby, what am I going to do about you? Was putting off telling them about the exam, but Dad asked me. Had to tell him. No point in lying. They ought to find out soon enough at parents' evening in a couple of weeks. Feel really guilty though. Dad looks so disappointed. He knows I'm not that bad. He wants me to go to uni, but I'm not so sure. Wonder what you look like, baby. If I just wait until after the scan, just so I can see you, but then you'll be more than 12 weeks. Is that too late? I'll ask Dr. Owen. March. I've been to see Dr. Owen again. I told her I was having trouble deciding. Can't bring myself to get rid of it. Think I'm beginning to feel attached to it. Realize I've started talking to it. Think I wanna know. Think I wanna keep it. She says in that case she'll go ahead and arrange a scan. If I change my mind, I can always come back. Wow. Heads in a spin, a scan. In 2 weeks I'll see you, baby. Feel lousy all the time. Can she give me anything for sickness? She says. Find something I can eat that doesn't make me sick and stick to that for the time being. Doesn't like giving out drugs to pregnant women. Mom and Dad still think I'm gonna get rid of you, baby. Have to tell them tomorrow. Told them Mom cried a lot. Dad looked like a dog. Spoon had been snatched away from him. What about my education? I said I could do it later. How do I feel now? I've made up my mind. Brilliant. Apart from puking all the time and wanting to sleep, I'm gonna keep you, baby. Can't wait to meet you. That's such a long way off. French bread does the trick. Manage to eat some and it stayed down. Just had a parents' evening. Mom and Dad didn't look too happy when they came home. Have an appointment to see the head tomorrow after school. Went to Mrs. Dobson's office at 4:30. Mrs. D looked like she had taken very nasty medicine. Dad told her the news. Looked at me as if I was the horrible person who had forced her to take it, which I am, I suppose. Mom and Dad didn't look a lot better. Had big chat when we got home. They want me to make effort with GCSEs. They say I might as well get good results if I can. Promise to do my best. I'll do it for you, baby. Went to party. News is out, they all know, but spent most of the time being sick. So they would have guessed anyway. Danny was there. Don't care anymore. Dad says he's not worth it. Ellie thinks I'm mad. Probably am. The magic 12 weeks. Scan is on Monday. Not done much this week. School, eating French bread, trying not to be sick, homework. You're beautiful, baby. Absolutely fantastic. I'm in love. Strange experience having a scan. Not good at first. Felt sick as usual and petrified. Got the shakes on the way to the hospital. Mom's calm round a bit. Glad she was there. Then jelly on my belly and a freezing cold nozzle. Watch the screen. So blobs. Then a shape that looked a bit like a frog. That's it, says the lady. I'm having a frog, I said, and I saw it move. I saw you move, baby. Could see you could see you on a frog. You got dear little arms and legs and a head and a body. Couldn't see you clearly, but I know you're there. Got a photo of you, black and white, very blurry, but it's you. Dr. Owen says all is going well. Had blood test this morning, check I'm not anemic. Beginning to feel much better. Must be because I'm into the second trimester. Got a little bit of a pot belly. End of term coming up in a couple of weeks. Teachers all know about me now. Some are okay. Others look like they've got a bad smell under the nose, all nagging me to work hard for exams next term. Well, it's been nicer coming round to the idea of the baby. Gives me big hugs. Pats my belly. Big relief for me. Hated being split from her. Katie is great too, but her mom is a bit anti. Does she know it happened in her house? Keep looking at the photo. My baby doesn't seem real. Can't imagine what it will be like being a mom. Are you a boy or a girl, baby? I'm dying to know. October seems so long to wait. Great day shopping with Ellie and Mom, but new trousers and skirt can get the waist done up on any of my clothes. Seem to be getting larger day by day. That you making this bump, baby. Couldn't resist buying you a little teddy. Silly, I know. Have decided I'm going to work for the exam. Who is the April Fool? Prop me. Started eating again without being sick, thank God. Gonna French bread. Blood test results good. We finished school today, hooray. Mom picked me up at the school gate. Should have bought me a new top. Quite stylish, but plenty of room for expansion. Think she feels sorry for me a bit. Believes me now it was only once. Blames the alcohol. Knows I made a big mistake. Don't think of you as a mistake now, baby. Part of me going to be one of the family. It was hell today. Had to tell Nan and Granddad. We're here for the weekend, Ma'am sat with me while I told him this afternoon. Could hear my voice squeaking and dying away. Hands felt sweaty. Head light made of lead. Stuttered and spluttered. I finally managed to tell them how it had happened. Granddad just said, "Oh dear, my little sunflower." That's what he calls me. He gave me a hug, but his eyes told me he was sad. I was so small, wanted to tell him it wasn't true. Nan went very pale, then started muttering things like, "My day." What's the world coming to? Did she hurt me? She hasn't spoken to me since then. Come to bed early, needed to be on my own to cry. Glad to be back home, Mom says. Nan will come round in the end. Hope so. Nan did kiss me when we came away, but it wasn't her usual snuggling one. Feel kind of empty and flat. I want them to be happy about you, baby. Seen loads of babies around and pregnant women, all shapes and sizes. Can't believe I'm going to get that big. Beginning to feel huge already. Had a card from Nan and Granddaddy this morning. Really lovely. Gave me goosebumps all over. Said they were upset it had happened, but they know I'm a good girl. Said they would always love me and my baby. Did it make me howl? My sounds slush, but I'm in that kind of mood. Must be my condition. Sent them a card back. It just said thanks inside. Seeing loads of Ellie and Katie and a couple of others during the halls. All being versus friendly. They want to know what I'm going to call you. Baby, haven't got any idea yet. Katie bought one of those naming your baby books. Couldn't believe some of the names in it. Had a great laugh. Did some French oral. Tested Ellie, then she tested me. Ended up rolling on the floor in fits of helpless laughter. Went to see Dr. Won again. She prodded around a bit. Took my blood pressure. Says I'm doing fine. Got to book the hospital place. Met the midwife. She'll be keeping an eye on me from now on. Feel really proud of my belly. I'm expanding fast. Really show now. Got thinking about names again. Thought breast might be good for a boy or a Connor, but I'm not sure. Rosie or Polly for a girl. How do I know what will suit that little person in there? What do you think, baby? Auntie Lizzie and Uncle Mark and Emma and James came round. They know, of course, that Mom was on the phone to Auntie Lizzie the moment she knew. Emma wanted to know all about how I got pregnant. She's only 12 and I didn't know how much I was allowed to tell her. In the end, I told her everything. She listened with her eyes popping out of the socket. I thought you had to love someone to get pregnant, she says. Made me laugh, though. I suppose I thought I was in love with Danny at the time. Back at the school today, neck. That's all the teachers do, but me and myself for some revision this evening. Might as well try and get a few good grades. Wow, felt you moved this evening, baby? Thought I would got wind at first, saw you. Sort of bubbly feeling inside. Then it happened again. The third time, I suddenly tweaked. It must be you, baby. Couldn't wait to tell Ellie. Sent text to her. Ellie said she was just hoping. And I described the feeling you move inside. Baby, she's coming round every night from now on. May, Wednesday 1st, baby's on the move. Happy birthday to me. Mom and Dad gave me some more clothes. Now Uncle Grant sent me some money and a book all about looking after the baby. Got loads of cards. Wendy and out to pizza place with the crowd. Ate so much pizza, eating for two. Baby loved it, didn't you, baby? You're so lively. Better call you Tigger. You bounce so much. Almost 20 weeks, halfway. Next week is a big week, second scan. See midwife at the clinic and French oral. Second scan, the jelly and the cold nozzle again. Ouch. Mind you, it was worth it. You are gorgeous, baby. And you've grown so much. Could see you much more clearly this time. You seem to be waving your tiny little hands. Still don't know if you are a girl or a baby. I couldn't quite see the vital parts. Have to keep guessing. Had clinic appointment, blood pressure, urine test, etc. Midwife. And Dr. V, please, with scan, all normal. Heard your heartbeat, little baby. Very fast, twice as fast as mine. Must be because you're doing your exercises so much. Nan and Granddad came over. Nan says, I'm caring for the baby. I wonder if any of that's true. Are you a boy, baby? Parlez-vous français? Not a lot. Order was a nightmare. Still, it's over and done with. One down, about 100 to go. Going out tomorrow night to a disco. Last fling before exam. You can dance inside, baby, while I dance outside. Ellie rang. She's ill, some kind of virus. Hope it's nothing catching. She's hoping she'll have to miss the exam. Had fantastic time at disco. Ellie is still at Daffy's door, calling to her on the phone. Baby is really lively. Belly is expanding. Ellie is better. She's crushing. Can get out of the exams now. Not our time to write. Been studying hard. Monday 3rd, went in for first exam. Found it uncomfortable sitting still for 2 hours. Kept having to shift in my chair. Teacher let me stand up for a few minutes and took me to the toilet twice. You're jumping up and down on my bladder, aren't you, baby? Thank God for Saturday. Exams all week. I'm dead wrecked. Clinic again today. I'm 24 weeks now. Everything gone fine. Baby's heartbeat was 155 to the minute. Nan says that means a girl. I wish she'd make up her mind. I don't mind what you are, baby. Have I really got to wait till October? No more writing in this diary. Until exams are over, haven't got time. Hooray, last exam was today. Don't think I've done too badly. Crowd went down to pizza place to celebrate. Got indigestion now. Serves me right for being such a piggy. Baby kicking my stomach, going to be a footballer. Didn't notice until this evening. But the baby doesn't seem to be lipping around as usual. Morning, sitting quietly writing. This morning can feel the baby moving at all. Come on, baby, time for gymnastics. Normally when I'm still, it's the most active. He's just having a test. A bit worried. Should I tell mom? Will she just say I'm making a fuss? Later going to tell mom. Feel uneasy. Baby's still not on the go. Later still told mom she called Dr. Wen. Waiting for the ambulance now. Oh God, what's happening to me? What's wrong with my baby? Oh daddy, I'm home now. But how can I write anything? How can I say how I feel? I've lost her, my baby. Rushed to hospital that night, taken straight to the emergency into the labor ward. I was going mad. What was happening? Nobody said much, just kept asking me when did I last feel the baby moving? Then they wired me up. No sound, no fast heartbeat. That I had begun to love, only silence, clock ticking, hollow footsteps along the corridor, babies crying. But no sound that I wanted to hear. Not my baby. I saw that look in the nurse's eyes and I knew. I felt totally frozen. Looked in, another word. I've lost you, baby. I kept hearing echoing inside my head. Had to go through labor. They induced me. A needle in the back of my hand on a jeep. Pain just started suddenly, quickly, like fire burning me inside. Pain coming in waves, crashing me against rocks. Pain over and over and over. All for nothing, knowing that my baby was dead. She was a little girl, my baby. They let me see her. Hold her for just a second before they took her away. So tiny, so perfect. Part of myself lost, like myself. I named her Rosie. Dad took a photo of her. It's on the bed beside me now. I keep looking at her, wishing. Eyes tightly closed, fingers clenched, all blurred through my tears. If only those tiny fingers could be holding my finger now. What went wrong? Why did I have to lose you, Rosie? Why did you have to die? Ellie came round. She thinks it's her fault. Baby caught her virus. Couldn't face her. Sent her away. Can't face anyone. If only I had told Mom when I first noticed, I could have saved Rosie. I can't forgive myself. It was my fault. I'm all alone inside a cold, dark hole, dropping like a stone, falling deeper and deeper, going on forever. There's no end, no way out. Dr. Owen came, turned my back on her, closed my ears to her voice, but she spoke to me anyway. Said it's not my fault, gave me some pills. What I want to know is why me? Why my baby? Had letter from Mrs. Dobson. It said perhaps it was just as well in the circumstances. How could she be so mean? The stupid old bat. Ripped the letter into 1,000 pieces. I hate her. Then got a card from a neighbor. You're young. There's plenty of time to have more. She doesn't know, does she? Interfering. Old woman. I don't want more. I only want Rosie. I've been taking the pills. Meant to stop me being depressed, as if pills could do that. Nothing can lift me out of this dark hole. Dr. Wen came again. Managed to face her today. She's so nice. Stayed with me for ages, talking. She said I could have had an infection in my womb or virus. Apparently they are the most common reasons for losing a baby at this late stage. I said I knew it was my fault. She said it wasn't. Doctors don't understand enough about it yet to know how to stop it. It was just bad luck. But it's not likely to happen to me again. Big deal doesn't help, knowing that. Why should I have all the bad luck? Then she showed me some exercises. Get my muscles back to normal. In the end, we talked about Rosie's funeral. That's tomorrow. Told her I couldn't bear to go. She says I need to go, need to say goodbye. It's over empty, that's how I feel. Funeral was awful. The flowers, that little white coffin. I couldn't stop imagining. That tiny baby lying in there, part of me, was a block of ice, rigid, shivering, melting in tears. Dad held me the whole time trying to comfort me. He was crying too. So were Mom and Nan and Granddad. They must all care. Dr. Wen, she was there. She was right. I'm glad I won. Glad I could say goodbye to you, baby. It's 2 weeks now. Been doing the exercises. My stomach is slowly getting flatter. Went out today, without the first time since. Kept seeing babies though. Like Dr. Wen said. Wish it they were mine. I still cry for you, baby. Still miss you. Guess I always will. The end. Cry, baby.